What's up, guys? This is John, and if you're watching this video, you've signed up for our free training. I don't like to add a lot of fluff to things. I want to get you guys a ton of value today, so let's just jump right in. So today's free training is how to bring dead leads back to life and get your existing customers paying you more money. And this is all done without spending a single penny on ads. So this exact strategy, the same one I'm about to show you right now, can generate you over $6,000 or more just by sending a simple text message. So who's this training for? Anyone who makes a living in a customer service based industry. So this means you provide a repeatable service to customers in your local area. You're solving a problem inside, outside, or around their homes. Or maybe you're a brick and mortar business where customers come to you for your services. Your service is in demand with an offer they can't refuse, and you're reputable. So in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you the mistake most businesses make by digging a hole and burying a dead lead while it's still breathing. I'm going to show you how to 10x the amount of money your customers spend with you, even if that number sounds totally crazy to you right now. And I'm also going to show you how to predictably add revenue to your business whenever you want, simply by pressing a magic button. What you're going to learn today is the step-by-step instructions on how to generate revenue whenever you want using a predictable and repeatable method instead of guesswork, failure, and wasting money on ads. So a couple house rules for today's training. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a turn your horrible offer into gold. And this definitely is not, I just started my business yesterday kind of deal. You do need an established contact list, and you must be a true expert in your field. You need to have a value-driven offer that you can deliver to your customers. So does this sound like you? So some months the money pours in, but you just can't seem to maintain it. And maybe do you start out every month wondering where your next customer is going to come from, or when your existing customers will need you again. And maybe you've paid for leads, but when they didn't convert into a customer, you threw them away, chalked it up as a loss, and just accepted it. And maybe this also sounds like you. Do you see other people in your same industry making big money and growing exponentially and wondering, what are they doing that you're not? Maybe you're working too hard in your business, too many hours, too many activities, and just burning yourself out. And do you feel like something critical is missing in your business? It's holding you back, but you just can't put your finger on it. Well, here's the problem. You have a hole in your net that's allowing leads, customers, and revenue to fall out. And it's because you stopped communicating with them. So here's your biggest business blind spot. You're not harvesting your money tree frequently enough. Before the fruit goes bad, or worse, someone else comes over and picks it. We all know, or at least we should know, it's easier and cheaper to sell to our existing customers than go out there and get new ones. We all know, or at least should, that a majority of our customers' lifetime value is made after the initial sale. So we also should know that leads take time to nurture. So we shouldn't throw them away. So why don't we pick that fruit enough? Well, perhaps it's because you feel like you're bothering them, or they don't need anything else from you. Or hey, if a new problem should arise, they'll contact you. Maybe time you don't feel is on your side. It just takes too long to follow up with everybody. Or you just don't know what to say. Well, what if you had a way to solve more problems for your customers and make more money in the process? A polite method to reopen a stale conversation with your leads and customers. A way to check on them and pop in like a friendly neighbor to see if they need anything from you. And have a proven script on what to say and when that gets proven results. So once you stitch up that net, you will have a complete control over the conversion percentage of your leads. You will be able to generate revenue on demand and with predictability every month. Your customers will want to spend more money with you. And your customers, well, they'll stay with you longer. So here's what we're doing. Just by sending a series of specific text messages, you will be able to add more customers, book more appointments, and increase the customer lifetime value. But who do you send these text messages to? Well, you send them to everyone. Maybe it's an old lead that went stale and never claimed your offer. Maybe it's a current customer that just hasn't booked a reservice in a while. Maybe you have customers that left you. Maybe you want to pull them back in. So we target people on our lists that were either an existing customer, a previous customer, or a lead that went stale. So what do you say? Well, it's important to keep the text message simple. You want to keep them curious. You want to get them excited, but you don't want to expose everything, because if you give them all the answers, they're not going to respond, right? So you want to speak to them not in a robot voice. You want to speak to them as you would if you were on the side of the road with them. So, hey, Tim, you haven't taken advantage of our pressure washing, or we just had a slot open up this week for a mosquito treatment offer. How are the carpets holding up? Would you like to get a sneak peek of our new offer before we post it? So in the case of what we did, it happened to be an upsell. It was an existing customer that we upsold a reservice. So we sent a text message similar to, hey, Beth, it's John from Acme Services. Is this still your best number? When they responded, we replied with something similar to, great, hope all is well. You've been an amazing customer to us. To say thanks, I'd like to give you a sneak peek at our new holiday offers before anyone else. Interested? Or, hey, Tim, how are your carpets holding up? Ready for us to come back out and get them looking new again? Or maybe, I don't know about you, but the mosquitoes have been brutal this month. Would you like us to come out for a respray? So we're asking questions that are going to provoke a yes or no answer. So here is what we found. We sent out about 100 text messages. 58 didn't reply. We had 17 reply as not interested, which is fine. It's better to know that and get that out of the way, right? But we did have 25 people reply as interested. Now, when we finally got on the phone with them, 10 ended up just not being a sale, but 15 were left over as a sale. And here's what we looked at. So if you were selling something like a $130 mosquito treatment, those 15 people would make you over $2,000. Maybe it's a $400 power washing promotion for homes. 15 people is $6,000. Or maybe it's a $300 carpet cleaning. Well, you're looking at $4,500. Now, maybe you're saying, well, what if only 2 people or 3 people responded? That's still a win. Even if one person responded out of the 100, that's a win, because your text message cost was about just under $3. So that's it. Simple, right? Not too complicated. So let me ask you, would you spend $2.84 to generate $6,000 plus in revenue? You'd spend that all day long, right? You'd spend $2.84 to make $3. You're still ahead. So now you have 2 choices. You could take what you learned today and do this manually. You'd have to send and reply to all the text messages yourself from your phone. You'd have to, send and receive thousands really of text messages all night long, and make sure that you can reply back within 30 seconds or you'll lose them. No, the whole point of this training was to make this easy for you, to get instant results and make it a repeatable process. So your second choice is, would you like to know how we actually did this and set this up in just about 5 minutes? And we basically press one button to start and run the whole thing. So allow me to introduce Perfect Follow-Up. So Perfect Follow-Up is our customized CRM and automation software. It handles all the, time-consuming stuff. It also does all of this, but we'll save that for another training. You can create full websites, landing pages. It has an online appointment scheduler. It has artificial intelligence, unlimited usage, full customization of messaging, drag and drop surveys and forms, free and paid courses. It has a membership site, multi-channel campaigns, membership areas, so on and so forth. All of this it does as well, but we're not going to cover that today in the training. But this software can literally replace a lot of software that you're using right now. It's not fluff either. The results of using a proper automation software speak for themselves. The ability to ingest leads from multiple sources, whether it's Facebook or Google or HomeAdvisor, wherever your leads are coming from, you need an automated way to respond with artificial intelligence to get the conversion rate. And here's just a sample of one of our carpet cleaner campaigns where they spent about $500 in Facebook ad spend to generate those leads. Perfect Follow-Up automatically responded and closed over 50% of them, resulting in a 20-time return on ad spend. So we had almost $11,000 in cash collected. Here's another client of ours running the same software where we had over 20 conversions happen, netting over $7,000 in revenue. And the number's just coming. Here's another client with $5,000 cash collected in under 2 weeks. And all of this is automated. Now, why is automation software important? Well, especially if you're using something like HomeAdvisor, where you're all familiar that they share leads with your competitor, it's critical to be the first person to respond. Now, if you're generating dozens or hundreds of leads a week or a month, it's impossible, literally impossible for you to reply to all of these leads within 10 to 20 seconds. Well, with software, you can do it. And these are the results that speak for themselves, right? So, wow, what an insane Saturday. 2 booked appointments, 4 leads. Spent about $150 to make $1,300 in revenue. This is totally crazy. I'm loving it. $18 in ad spend to get 5 leads, 3 booked appointments, $450 in value. So here are some samples of why that automated follow-up is critical. Most of your conversions are going to happen not that first day or that second day, but sometimes 3 days, 2 emails, and 4 text messages later. Sometimes 9 days, 8 emails, and 10 text messages later. Or 7 days, 7 emails, and 5 text messages later, so on and so forth. You get where I'm going with this. If you had to email hundreds of leads, hundreds of times, this would be a full-time job, and you probably still wouldn't get there in time. So back to the training, back to perfect follow-up, and back to our text message campaigns. Here's exactly what we actually did in perfect follow-up. So step 1, we cleaned up the contact list that we had and organized it by customer state. We imported that list into our perfect follow-up program. We attached tags to the contacts so we can identify them by that customer state. We then sent text messages to each of these segments with a custom message based on their best next step. And then we went and we ate dinner. We spent time with the family, maybe watched some Netflix, and we let the software do all the heavy lifting. When convenient, we came back, we reviewed the results. Beautiful thing. So here is what we did. We uploaded the contacts, and any CSV file will work in Excel. When we imported those contacts, we tagged them by that customer state. So this could be a stale lead. This could be a current customer. This could be a customer that left us, someone that never purchased. We're going to speak differently to people when they're in different places in the sales cycle. Now, what do we say to them? Well, hey, Amy, it's John over at Total Pest Control. Hope all is well. Is this still your best number? We can also put in variable data so that the system automatically merges this data for you. Now, once we ran the text messaging, we even automated the follow-up to the follow-up, where if someone replies to our text with a positive or negative intent, so maybe they're not going to say yes or no. Maybe they're going to say, sounds great, interested, or nah, no thanks. We can actually detect the intent behind their words. And based on the intent of their words, we'll reply again with another follow-up text, whether it's a positive or negative response. So here were the results in our case. We sent just over 100 text messages out. We had, well, at the time of the screenshot, we had 3 no's, but we had 15 reply yes, which was over $22.50 in revenue. And here's what the conversation looked like. Sent out our text messages, all automated, and here you can see them replying back, yes, sounds good, yes, they want the offer. So here's some things, again, that you should think about doing before running a campaign such as this. You want to segment them by their customer state. And the 3 buckets that we like to do will be live customers, customers that left, and then leads and prospects.